If you need to supercharge your sales in 2024, right now I'm going to show you the Evergreen funnel that I used, which tripled my sales in just 90 days. Now, the example that I'm going to show you is one that I used for my paid community, but the principles will hold out if you're looking to use it to increase the sales in your business or for your online coaching or course sales. But just in case we haven't met yet, my name is Aaron Young. I'm from Seven Figure Coaching. And what I'm going to be sharing with you is strategies that I learned in creating and selling my own seven-figure course. And what I want to do right now to help you further is I want to give you access to my course creation checklist. And this is a checklist which takes you through every single task you need to complete from writing a course to launching it and starting to get those sales come in. And also included in that checklist, you also get access to my website planner, which is a simple but powerful questionnaire, which creates the basis for you to write a website that will sell your course. And then finally, above all of that, you get a 30-day free trial to Kajabi, which is the platform that I use and recommend. So to get all those things, all you need to do is to follow that link in the description below. But right now, let's get straight into this teaching. Before I take you into a screen share so I can show you the exact funnel that I used, what I do want to do is I just want to give you the 3 core elements. And the first one is that for this to work, I created a YouTube teaching video that was related to the subject. And it definitely did help them, but because the subject was quite complex in this situation, and the different examples that I've used, this is for my Google Ads business. The first one was about explaining how to complete Google Ads bidding strategies. And then another one was about the future of Google Ads because Google had been rolling out a whole heap of changes. And what I did in both of those videos is I gave some really important information, but then at the end of the video, I gave them an invitation that if they wanted to learn more about this subject, and in both cases, I had either a 45-minute or an hour extended session that they could access, and that all they would need to do is to follow that link in the description below. Kind of like what I did about 45 seconds ago when I was offering you those free checklists. And then after they'd gone through an opt-in page, they got the teaching as promised. But on that teaching page, it also gave them some extra information about some different offers. For this one, it was about my paid community. But straight away on that day, they could watch the teaching and they would not have to buy. And then finally, what would happen is that they then entered into a 7-day email funnel, which gave them some core things. And this is what I want to take you through right now. Because the email funnel was not just focused on sales, because we had 5 key elements of this email funnel. And that is what I'm going to be showing you very soon on a screen share. And the first part was that there was obviously a welcome email. And the purpose of that email was to just make sure that they got access to that training and also just say a little bit more about me and also let them know what was going to be coming up. And the second thing that was coming up is that I gave them some bonus extra training further to what they'd signed up for. And this was once again an extra 30-45 minutes of training that they could view and they could access. And this one just didn't have any sales at all. It was just purely, hey, here's some extra training because I know you're interested in these subjects and this is going to help you. And then thirdly, I did have some sales emails because one thing I've learned in this business is don't be afraid to send sales emails. You're not going to get the sale if you don't ask. But remembering this had happened after I'd already given them 2 extra high quality teaching materials. And I think that's the core element that many people miss, because if you don't offer free high quality teaching for free, the sales strategy is never going to work. So don't be afraid to share some of your best knowledge before you even ask for the sale. And then fourthly, it came down to my authority markers. So I was showing them different testimonials and the different benefits of being involved in this community, or it could be for your course or your coaching. And in that case, I would really detail some of the different results people who had been through this program had seen in their own lives and own businesses. And then finally, the last key element was that I gave them 3 reminder sales emails in 24 hours. And this is one thing that some people go, oh, it's too much, it's too much. But what I want to share with you is that when those 3 emails would go off, I would see a spike in sales every single day that they would come to the last 24 hours. And surprisingly, my unsubscribe rate is still well under 1%. It sits at about 0.5%. So that comes back to a previous point that I said, that as long as you're giving people high value content, you can email them and ask them to join your community. And it's not a sales email. It's more about being an invitation for you to get more access to your training, which they know is high quality. So with all that established, let's now jump into a screen share because I want to show you inside my Kajabi platform, show you how I've planned out these evergreen funnels. Let's go. So firstly, I want to just show you quickly. So firstly, what I want to show you is the subscription that we got. So you can see this is where we started these evergreen funnels. So at that stage, our monthly revenue was at 12,000, and then we've got it up to above 30. And this is the process that I used. So this one was for Google Ads bidding strategy. And then we had another very, very similar one, which was the one about the future of Google Ads. And the simple steps that we had. So let's jump back in and I'll just show you through the Google Ads bidding strategies session. So what we had is that we firstly had, as I said, a YouTube video, and this one was heavily related to this topic. And what we're doing here is that in the YouTube video, I would answer a lot of questions, but then I would give out the invitation for people to learn more about this subject. And that took them to this page here, which was just a really, really simple opt-in page, which is telling them to add in their email details. And then once they had done that, that automatically took them over to this page. Now, as soon as they got through this page, so they didn't have to jump through any other hoops, they could watch their free Google Ads bidding session. So you can press play in here. Now I won't press play because then you'll hear me double talking, but that was the way that they accessed that training. They could see it right in here, and you could see that this was an extra 40 minutes of training that they could watch. But then what happened from there is that below, now what I did do is I put this right at the top because, as I said, I didn't want them to jump through any more hoops. I wanted them to go in and see the training. But as you can see that as they went down to below this page, they got to learn more about their community. They also then got an offer, which was a 20% off. And then it just gave more and more information, just your usual parts of a landing page. We had an offer, we had some sales information, and then we also had our authority markers from the different testimonials. So what would happen from there is that obviously they opted in. They were then able to view the session straight away. But then what also happened is that if they didn't sign up on that day, they got a 7-day email flow. So what you could see from here was that this was the first one about registering. And then there was the, did you enjoy my Google Ads bidding strategy session? It was actually a free gift. Now, what this was was that this took them through to another hour of training. Once again, nice and free. Then we went through covering the biggest issues. Then this is where we started to introduce the sales aspect. We reinforced that they had that 20% offer. Then this was the testimonials and the, just really showing them what other people had experienced in being part of this community. And then we went into our 3 emails. And as I said, with these 3 emails, I would see the spike all the time once these emails had gone out. And that was the sales funnel that I've been successfully using now, which has supercharged my sales. So once again, thank you for joining me. It's been a pleasure having you here, and I know that's been of some value to you. And if you'd like to learn more about how you can get more sales for your course in 2024, just go through and watch this video right here. Once again, thanks for joining me. See you later.